The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day.
Elon, thanks for coming in again.
Thanks for having me.
What was it you were going to ask me before we started?
So, have you heard of TitusGate?
No, what's that?
So, basically there's this church down in the Oklahoma area called the FISCU, which stands for the First Sigma Church of Ohio. It was started by a guy called CJ. Incredible guy, just absolutely brilliant. And this group had grown to about 5 people, right?
Right? Doan?
So, one of CJ's friends, Titus, makes the claim that whatever you do will echo into eternity.
Alright, continue.
So then Jackson, another member, says, dab or hit the gritty, and Titus just goes, yeah, all the stupid dancing fads.
Titus called the gritty stupid. That's actually insane. That's one of the best dance moves I've ever seen.
Right, so CJ and the rest of the FISCU are kind of taken back at this, and CJ goes, rightly so, the gritty will be the only dance remembered.
That's absolutely right.
So you and I agree on this, but here's the problem. This guy just doesn't get it. He just goes, that's what they say every time a stupid dance fad comes along.
Blasphemy.
So CJ makes an executive decision to excommunicate Titus until he repents.
Rightly so. And Elon, if I may interrupt you for a second, are you looking for some unique clothing but can't decide what to wear? FISCU International is introducing their new clothing line, CGI. The CG stands for chill guy and the I stands for me. They've got all kinds of cool designs, super awesome. Start your journey to true signification today with CGI swag.
Very nice. I'll have to check that out. Anyway, Titus is at home at this point, and CJ texts him and goes, hey, I'll let you back in if you send a photo of you doing the gritty. Because in the FISCU faith, the gritty is one of the rots of the Sigma, a core doctrine that they hold.
I may have to join.
So, at this point, Titus absolutely refuses to do the gritty. CJ tries negotiating, but nothing.
That's why we don't negotiate with terrorists.
Right. So CJ just takes a stand. Gritty or nothing.
What if he did another dance?
Gritty or nothing.
The Rickroll?
Gritty or nothing.
Orange Justice?
Gritty or nothing.
Harsh, but right.
And there were people calling for other dances, such as Conlon, who called for the Orange Justice, but CJ stood his ground.
I have major respect for this guy.
Some tried to make the arguments that since the FISCU is full of chill guys, they should be chill and let him in.
But a chill guy would do the gritty, right?
Exactly. Anyway, days of arguing ensued. And things were changing, so Titus decided he was going to split from the church and start a new denomination.
How did CJ take that?
Well, Titus was very sneaky. He didn't tell anyone but those he asked to join.
Who all joined?
Conlon, but then here's the twist. Jackson and Laz told Titus they were joining him, but their loyalty still lined with CJ.
As it should.
So Laz, Jackson, and CJ form an elite squadron to gaslight Titus into doing the gritty.
What did they do?
So Laz and Jackson were still in the FISCU, and Titus was going to use them as informants to find out what CJ was thinking.
But he didn't know they were on CJ's side.
Exactly. So they started reporting that CJ was going haywire and attacking people.
Was CJ doing this?
He was pretending to, but everyone was in on it.
Wow. Insane.
Then Laz and Jackson slowly convinced Titus that the only way out of this mess was to do the gritty.
Did he do it?
Yup. And that's the glory of it.
Is there a video?
You bet there is.
Jamie, pull up the Titus Gritty video. Wow, that's actually incredible.
Right. So, after Titus did the gritty, he was let back in. Both Laz and Jackson were awarded the Rod of Freedom Award.
What an incredible story.